Hi there. Today we're discussing Splash's native integration with HubSpot. We'll walk through a demo that highlights the integration's main functionality in action. The topics will include 1. Managing contacts. Specifically, how registrations in Splash can create new contacts in HubSpot and update existing ones. 2. Updating timeline activity. When a guest registers in Splash, I can track each status change in HubSpot on the contact's timeline. And 3. Creating lists. This will show that integrating registration data into HubSpot provides the ability to create lists based on your event details and guest list statuses. So let's jump in. I'll begin by creating a new event in Splash. You can see on the creation form, I'm asked to input some basic information about my event. The integration will use these fields to populate any timeline activity with details about this specific event. Note that this integration can be configured to trigger for any event that is created in Splash or for only specific event types. Next, I'll choose my theme. And there you have it, my event is created. Now that our event is live, let's go through a couple of registration scenarios so we can test timeline updates and the creation of new contacts. My integration is configured to create contacts when HubSpot doesn't recognize a registrant's email address. So let's start by submitting an Rsvp as an existing contact in HubSpot, using their email address as a unique identifier. When we view the contact in HubSpot, we can see that guest's full history on their timeline, and immediately new activity shows up on their timeline that they have Rsvp'd yes to the event. Because this was an existing contact in HubSpot, a duplicate was not created. Next, let's submit an Rsvp for a guest who was not previously in HubSpot. You can see upon registration that two things will occur in HubSpot. First, the guest is created as a new contact, and fields such as company and job title information are appended. Second, activity is added to their timeline, highlighting that they RSVP'd yes to the event. On the day of the event, I use the Splash Host app to check in my guests. Just as with any status update, new activity is added to the contact's timeline in HubSpot. Because I know who actually attended the event, I can be more strategic in my follow-up communication. Let's look at how we would create a list of guests who attended the event. I'm going to create a new list in HubSpot of all the guests that checked into the event. You can filter guests based on any event detail and their current status. For this list, I use the full event title to make sure I got only the guests on this specific event. Then I added a filter for guests with the current status of checked in, so I can email everyone that actually attended the event. And finally, I can use this information to measure the impact my events are having overall.